Hello friends, Koolio here, and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we are checking out the English closed beta test for IDOLA or IDOLA Phantasy Star Saga. Let me know down below which way is the correct way to actually pronounce the name of this game. Now, the closed beta test is currently available only in the Southeast Asian region, as well as Australia and New Zealand, so if you're not able to see it within the App Store, that's probably why. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video and want to see more videos like this, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, I was initially going to try to play a couple of hours into this game, but then I decided not to do that. I've only played probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours into it. And the reason why is because the closed beta test only lasts for a couple more days. They're going to wipe everyone's progression, and then eventually the game is going to release English, but it's probably only going to release in Southeast Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, not a full global launch. And so I don't want to kind of go through and spend a bunch of time in a game that's probably not going to be available for me for probably a couple more months. Now, I have done a video on the game when it released, I believe, in Japan for the first time, and actually enjoyed the game. There was a lot of stuff that I really liked about it. Now that I can actually understand what's going on in the game, I do have to say there's a lot of really cool stuff that I like. There is a lot of generic things, and there is a couple of different design elements that I feel like seem a little bit outdated, but one of my favorite aspects of this game so far is kind of how they treat combat in this game. Now, the way that combat works is basically you decide all of your actions up front, and then you click a single button, and then your characters will go ahead and execute all of those different actions. And so you can see all the different characters I have currently available. Now, there is a really cool mechanic they have called the reverse rush, because you actually have two different teams of heroes. You have your chaos heroes, and then you have your law heroes, and then there are a couple of neutral heroes that can be on either team. Now, if it's a law hero, it can only be on the law team. If it's chaos hero, it can only be on the chaos team. Now, I'm currently playing with my chaos team. If I wanted to, I could actually go and do my reverse rush, which let's go ahead and just kind of show you guys what that looks like. And what's really cool about it is when you activate the reverse rush, it actually does a really powerful bonus effect that happens when you do it. So let's go ahead and release it. My other team will show up from my law team, and then they get to activate a lot of their abilities right up front, dealing lots of damage and getting special bonuses and effects applied to them when they kind of jump out from their side of the field. Now, there is an elemental system, but the elemental system in this game actually has another influence to how the gameplay works. Basically, depending on the elements of the enemies and the elements of your own teammates, you'll be able to acquire energy for that specific element. Now, as you acquire energy for that element, different characters on your team will be able to activate more and more unique abilities. Now, you'll notice at the far right, I've got a character named Lana. She's my only Earth Elemental character I currently have on my law team. Now, if you look up at the top, kind of where I'm tapping up there, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's the different elemental types and the numbers underneath them. Now, the elemental type for Earth, which is the one all the way by itself, has a number 10 under that, meaning I have 10 energy applied to my elemental heroes. And you need 10 energy in order to activate an ultimate ability. And now I can actually go through, tap on her ultimate ability or tap on her character. And then when I go and hit start, she'll use that ultimate ability. Now, all the other characters you can see have like the number 5, 6, and 6 underneath them. The water elemental characters, because I have two of them, do actually share that elemental affinity between the two of them. So keep that in mind, because if you decide to kind of go through and select different abilities that cost a certain amount, like one character wants to use their ultimate ability, the other one won't be able to use it because it will use up that ultimate, that energy and stuff. So what I can do is I can kind of go through and decide, okay, maybe I want him to activate that ability, her to activate that, have that one activated, and then have her use the ultimate. And then all I got to do now is just hit start, and my characters will go ahead and actually activate all of their abilities. And the cool thing about this is your characters will actually go ahead and target whichever enemy on the enemy side their attack or ability is most effective against, which is cool because you don't have to kind of worry about, okay, I want this person to attack that person to attack this one, use the strongest ultimate abilities they possibly can, whatever. It's cool because you don't actually have to do that. Oh, it looks like Lana was actually a water element. But the cool thing about that is it does show you she ended up having to use some of her elemental abilities in order to activate her ultimate, which then means that I can't use any of the other ones that my characters have. So let's go ahead and actually reverse rush back, go to my chaos team, because I actually have a lot of earth elemental guys on this side. Now, I will say I don't mind the animations. They do feel a little bit stiff, but I like the characters overalls, and I really do like the art style of the game. I think it looks like a really, really good looking game. I mean, I feel like there are better gacha games, better looking gacha games out there, but I'm digging the character designs. Now, I will say some of the characters' ultimate abilities, they're not really my favorite. Like, they look good, But Reiner, who I've got selected, he's like the 5-star character that I summoned at the very beginning of the game when you do like your very first summon. I don't really particularly like his ultimate ability because he looks so cool and he just like walks up, he's like, all right, here we go, and we're playing baseball now. I mean, it's funny because he like launches him in the air, but that's it. Short, simple, sweet, I don't know. It's not my favorite ultimate ability. I was kind of hoping he'd have like a really, really cool, over-the-top, you know, ultimate ability that just like really shakes the ground or whatever, but there you go. So I've completed it. I've got some loot, I've got some equipment items and stuff, and then you get experience for all of the characters on your team. Now, I will say there is a friend system in this game where if you take a person's support unit and put it on your team, one thing I do like about that is whichever unit you have that gets replaced by their support unit still gets some experience points. Now, in other games, when you replace it for a support character, that character doesn't get any experience at all. And it's like, well, why do I even have this person on my team if they're just going to constantly get replaced? So I do appreciate the fact that your support character that gets replaced does still get experience. Now, the story in this game, it's been okay. It hasn't been like amazing, and I've actually I went and I paid attention to the first couple of chapters, and then I decided to just go ahead and skip the story at that point because I don't want to spoil it too much for when the game does officially launch, and I actually do want to kind of play through it myself. But there's the gameplay, the combat. There is one other aspect of the combat I want to show you guys that I do think is really, really cool. There's your daily missions and everything like that. I'm not going to get into it. You played a gacha game before. You know what daily missions are. I want to show you an aspect of this game that I think helps make it stand out. And that's the IDOLA battle system. It's sort of a PvP battle system combined with a raid battling system. It's super, super unique. I really like it. But basically how this kind of works out is you go over to your IDOLA status, you select which units, we're gonna go ahead and you select which units you want to kind of fuse together to create this IDOLA, this really powerful character. So we're gonna go ahead and swap that out, and we're gonna go ahead and put him, no, I want him to be the leader. And then auto setup. And so there we go. So you can auto set up your team, hit confirm, and it'll actually tell you which IDOLA you can actually transform into, and it's based off of who, I think it's based off of your leader and other factors of like combining your characters together. You can select different elemental versions of them, different abilities, but basically once you've got it all set up, you go ahead and hit idolarize, man, I don't even know how to say this. And your characters will then fuse or whatever to summon this really powerful like raid boss type monster, and it's really, really cool. And so basically what happens is that raid boss monster of yours then gets placed on queues for other people. So other people can then show up, fight your raid boss, fight him as much as you possibly can, and try to defeat him. Now, the more characters your raid boss, as I'm gonna call him, defeats, the more prizes you actually end up getting. So it's sort of a passive, you know, prize system for you, while also being a really fun kind of challenging system for other players. So we're actually gonna jump in and take on somebody else's raid boss. I know that they're not raid bosses, but I can't really, you know, decide anything else. So we're gonna go ahead and pick a support character, hit confirm, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. And now we're gonna fight a big monster, and it's fun, and I like it. It's cool. You get to see the animations of the big monsters. There's like a whole big story surrounding these idolas and everything like that. I'm just gonna leave it on auto combat × 2 speed so you guys can actually see what it looks like. Now, you may not end up taking down these raid monsters. It's cool if you do. I don't know if you get any kind of specialized bonuses if you do, because I haven't been able to, because they are pretty tough. Lots and lots of HP, but it's all about you kind of jumping in, fighting, weakening them as much as you possibly can until eventually get prizes and experience points and level up your overall ranking system within this sort of raid battle system. And I like it. I think it's fun. It's a really unique take on the battle systems of these games, and it's probably one of my favorite aspects of this game so far. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can't actually, oh, we're gonna see an animation right here. Which, this is a crazy animation for the chameleon. He like shoots his tongue at you, and then just, it's, yeah, it's crazy. So there you go. Turn that off. Can we not go to the settings? Are you not gonna let me go to the settings? Oh, it's gonna, wait, there we go. We're gonna go ahead and retreat. And now we are gonna do everyone's favorite part of the video, the summoning part. Now, currently right now in the closed beta test, they did give out a decent amount of tickets and stuff so you guys could experience summons. Now, I'm actually really excited because they have a summoning for the summer banner. Now, you've got the basic gacha 10 times. I'm not going to do it on this one. We're going to spend my 10 times summoning ticket on the summer Beach Girls gacha. And what's cool about this is all three of those characters are the exact same character, Stella, but they're different versions. There's a law version, there's a chaos, and then I believe the one in the center is a neutral one. So cross your fingers. Here we go. This is going to be the only summon I'm going to do the whole video, but hopefully we get one of these summer girls, because, I mean, we're not going to be able to take her with us for our official account, but it would be kind of cool to actually get one in today's video. A really great send-off. So here we go. Okay, we got a weapon symbol. Emperor, we got a new character. A soul symbol. Now these are kind of like equipments and stuff that you can like upgrade and attach onto your characters, and they give them extra bonuses. I was going to go through and kind of show you the character progression, but I'll wait till like the official release to do that. We got Lana, weapon symbol, 4-star ABO? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Four-star Sandra. So we got 2 4-stars. And I think that's it. Now we get to see an introduction. They kind of, all the new characters will kind of come up and say hi to us. We're gonna go ahead and skip past this. I'm Sandra, my husband an extraordinary fisherman, but I am just an ordinary wife. What, you have a problem? Yeah, so she's an ordinary wife? Sure she is. Okay. So there you guys go, IDOLA Phantasy Star Saga. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this game. Is this a game you guys are looking forward to? Is it going to be like the next big gacha game everyone's going to be excited for the official launch? Let me know down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hey guys, my name's Koolio, and I'll see you next time.